And I still have the scars here with me.
Differently abled, differently.
Uchaguzi mkuu wa tarehe 9 Agosti utabadilisha pakubwa taswira ya kisiasa ya taifa hili. Je, hii inamaanisha nini kwako wewe mpiga kura? Kila Jumapili saa 12 jioni, jiunge nao Gladys Mungai na Harith Salim kwenye makala yetu ya Kenya Yaamua, ambapo pamoja na wadau mbalimbali watajadili na kudadavua kwa kina michakato ya uchaguzi. Fanya uamuzi wa busara. Usikose kutazama Kenya Yaamua kila Jumapili kwenye runinga uipendayo ya KBC Channel 1.
That there's a huge number of women and girls who do not have access to comprehensive information on sexual and reproductive health care and the rights.
Children who are getting pregnant at 9 years. So it is important for parents to speak to their children as early as possible, as early as 8 years old. They understand a lot.
And then it was a difficult pregnancy. I gave birth. The labor was traumatizing. It led to postpartum depression.
For government to give people quality and affordable service, then it means we have to demand for it.
I really do hope that we're going to find a solution where such situations will not be seen anymore.
Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News. I trust you're having a lovely Sunday so far. Well, today being Mother's Day, and Mother's Day are heroes without capes, and this is the day to celebrate them. So happy Mother's Day to our dear viewers. Well, here on Lunchtime News, we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up for you this afternoon. And to kick us off, we'll cross over to Nairobi. And our sign language interpreter is Lucy Maura, it is Carol Njoroge, while my name is Jackie Wambiru. Now, to kick us off, let's cross over to Nairobi County, where President Uhuru Kenyatta says the successful hosting of the inaugural Nairobi City Marathon is a clear indication Kenya has the capacity to host global events. Uhuru said he is confident Kenya will be given the nod to host the 2025 World Athletics Championship. Let's take a look.
Speaking during the inaugural Nairobi City Marathon,
3, 2, 1.
President Uhuru Kenyatta said Kenya has continued to gain global recognition, with the return of the WRC Safari Rally Kenya a clear testimony on that.
This is the beginning of putting Kenya and our great city of Nairobi on the international map as a destination for one of the greatest marathons globally.
The head of state noted that despite Kenya being known as the home of champions, the country is now attracting world beaters from across the globe who come to run and participate in various sporting events.
In a few weeks' time, we will be doing the second edition of the East African Safari Rally. Kenya is now on the map as also being part of the European tour in the golf market. Our rugby players are making us proud, both men and women. Hii ndio barabara sisi tunataka kutembea.
Meanwhile, Brimham Kipkorir Misoi and Agnes Basosoi are the winners of the Nairobi City Marathon. Kipkorir won the men's marathon after clocking 2 hours, 8 minutes and 30 seconds, relegating Richard Drought and Daniel Leata to second and third positions respectively. Basosio won the women's race in 2 hours, 24 minutes and 24 seconds, while Charlene Jepkorir and Sharon Cherop completed the podium dash. Over 7,000 runners took part in the marathon. Daniel Mwendwa, Lunchtime News.
In other news, tension remains high at Sarmach village in West Pokot County after one person was gunned down and 3 others left sustaining serious injuries following a suspected banditry attack on Saturday. West Pokot Governor John Lonyangapuo has condemned the attack and called beefing up of security along the West Pokot-Turkana border.
On Saturday, bandits suspected to be from the neighboring Turkana County attacked herders at a grazing field near Malmata River along the West Pokot and Turkana counties, killing one man. Three other people, 35-year-old Limanyang Ro, his 12-year-old son Simon Limanyang, and an 8-year-old boy Armstrong Ngorok are lucky to be alive but nursing serious injuries at Kapenguria County Referral Hospital.
20-year-old male with a gunshot wound that went through the chest and another one on the right upper limb. So that one we declared him dead on arrival. The second guy was this young man who also suffered a gunshot wound to the left upper limb. He is lucky, it went through and through. He did not get any fracture, but he lost a lot of blood.
During the attack, hundreds of livestock were driven away by the suspected bandits as tension remains high in the area.
We move very fast with speed. Wakuje we restore peace and order, walete security surveillance. Na kuna officers ambao wakaaji wa West Pokot na wakaaji wa Turkana County at the border walikuwa wamezoea kufanya kazi na wao. Very dedicated officers.
West Pokot Governor John Lonyangapuo condemned the incident, calling on security organs to increase security along the border.
Nataka nipeane sai ultimatum kwa wale security officers. Tukisema officer fulani anaelewa namna ya kuchunga security na order in a certain place arudishwe. Kwa nini wa Pokot wanamtaka? Kwa nini wa Turkana wanamtaka? Kwa nini waje wa Marko wanamtaka? Sababu huyu mtu anajua kuongelesha watu kwa ulimi yake.
The incident comes a week after gunmen sprayed a vehicle with bullets at Kainuk area, leaving 8 passengers and a matatu driver hospitalized.
Kwa sababu amani na kuja hakuna kitu yoyote, bunduki yoyote amepeana na salama. Yawa na watu ya Sarmach.
Accurate solution ni kufanya msako Kenya mzima, muondoe bunduki na silaha haramu kwa mkono ya raia.
Ben Chumba, Lunchtime News.
And now on matters of politics, the search for running mate in the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party continues to cause jitters, particularly among ODM and Wiper Party. Kitui Senator Enoch Wambiru has threatened to quit the Azimio Coalition Advisory Panel if it fails to nominate Kalonzo Musyoka, a threat that ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna has dismissed, saying its contestant has equal opportunity.
Kitui Senator Enoch Wambiru has threatened to quit the Azimio Coalition Advisory Panel if there will be no transparency and integrity in the running mate selection. According to Senator Wambiru, there is no trust in the panel after it added other nominees.
Lakini hata mimi nikiangalia panel, nione ya kwamba hapa ni mahali tumewekwa mtego, so that we can be used as a rubber stamp to a decision that is not good and suitable. Mjue mimi kama Senator Enoch Wambua, mimi kutoka kwa hiyo panel ni rahisi sana. Rahisi sana.
A section of ODM leaders led by Secretary General Edwin Sifuna have differed with Senator Wambua, expressing dismay at the methods deployed by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka in his bid to bag the Azimio la Umoja running mate position.
Ukweli ni kwamba if Kalonzo Musyoka will not be deputy president on 9th of August this year, then take it to a safe bank, even Raila Amolo Odinga will not be president.
Hii kazi inatafutwa kwa upole. Mnatafuta mtu ambaye anaenda kuwa msaidizi wa rais. Kwa hivyo nataka kuomba wenzetu ndani ya Azimio, tuache vitisho bwana. Kila siku mnatutisha, mnatuambia sijui bila Sifuna ama sijui bila nani, sijui bila nini, ati baba ataanguka. Nyinyi mnapigia baba kura kwa sababu ya Sifuna? Si mnampigia kwa sababu ya hii mpango ambayo tumezungumza?
Na mimi kama mama ambao alijua Martha Karua Saile alirun president na Charity Ngilu Saile amerun president, mimi ninasema wakati ni wa mama.
Meanwhile, independent candidates are crying foul, alleging that they are not being given equal opportunity by the IEBC. Speaking while launching his campaign symbol, Caleb David Otieno alias CD Otieno urged voters in Westlands constituency not to choose leaders based on tribe, money or party affiliations.
IEBC inakula nyama na vyama. Saizi unapata mimi kama MP nitaikana kuwa na signature 1000 na wanasema nikaenda kuchukua hizo signatures za voters pia nichukue photocopy ID yao.
Elsewhere, Murang'a Senator Irongo Kang'ata, who is vying for the governor's seat on a UDA ticket, has nominated Dr. Winnie Mwangi as his running mate. Dr. Winnie Mwangi, who hails from Gatanga, is an expert in land matters and economic planning and a lecturer at the University of Nairobi.
Na niko na furaha sana kwa sababu ya kuchaguliwa na Mheshimiwa Dr. Kang'ata niweze kusaidiana naye kufanya kazi kama msaidizi wake.
Kati ya familia 10 ni familia 3 tu ambazo kwa hivi sasa ziko na title deed kwa sababu tofauti. Mojawapo ni kwamba watu wengi hawajapata ufadhili wa kufanya succession. Kwa hivyo basi Daktari Winnie, mojawapo ya agenda atasaidia wakaazi wa Murang'a ni mambo ya kuwasaidia mambo ya succession.
Vishok Washira, Lunchtime News.
A section of Catholic bishops have urged political leaders and aspirants to remain peaceful during this electioneering period. Speaking in Garissa during the episcopal consecration and installation of Garissa Bishop-elect Monsignor George Muthaka, the clergy also cautioned voters against electing leaders with questionable morals.
With 92 days remaining to the general elections, the Catholic Church is urging politicians and Kenyans at large to remain united and peaceful. Led by Bishop Martin Kivuva, the man of cloth noted that only leaders keen on the country's economic growth and harmony should be elected in office. His sentiments were echoed by Bishop Philip Anyolo, who pleaded with politicians to stick to their manifesto when campaigning.
Good leaders, and you know what I mean, good leaders are men and women who come out first not to serve themselves, not to ask what is there for me, but those who ask what can we do together to improve our situation.
We want the leaders who will guide us to grow together towards economic progress. We want leaders who will make us a nation. We want leaders who will make us feel brothers and sisters, not just because we are Kenyans, but because even as we profess different faiths, we are still Kenyans.
The two who spoke during the installation of Bishop George Muthaka of Garissa have vowed to continue being steadfast in pointing out the ills happening in the society.
To invite ourselves to be our consciences to be formed to the values of Christ, ambazo ni kushirikiano, upendo na kusamehana hata watu wakiwa wamekosana.
This is a time we need peace. Unless without peace, we can get wrong leaders because of the fear and the anxiety that people will have. We want peace. So instill peace among the people of God. You cannot even go to your family if you are a leader and go to cause havoc and then run from there. Where are you going again after that? Sobriety is very important, and talk peace and live peace.
Bishop George Mudhaka was ordained a deacon in December 2002 and a priest in June 2003. In 2009, he was elected the Vice Provincial Minister of the General Vice Province of Kenya for a 3-year term. For Lunchtime News, I'm Zainab Said.
And now we cross over to Serena Hotel, where the Orange Democratic Party has just completed a press briefing to members of the Fourth Estate, discussing matters on regarding the politics in the party. And now reporter Safina Chingoma, who was attending the presser, will give us more details on what is happening. Now, Safina, if you can hear me, kindly bring us to speed on the developments.
Wambiru in studio, thank you so much. We are coming to you live from Serena Hotel right here in Nairobi. This morning, the Orange Democratic Party had a meeting to discuss the Westlands constituency race that, according to the ODM Director of Elections, Junet Mohammed, he says that after the meeting, which was chaired by the party leader Raila Odinga, the candidates who were flying the ODM flag, that is Honorable Tim Wanyonyi and Michael Gumo, who are in the race and were hoping that they will fly the ODM party ticket. They've had a consultation meeting this particular morning and agreed that Michael Gumo, who is the son of Fred Gumo, has agreed to step down in favor of Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, who is now going to be defending his Member of Parliament seat under the ODM party ticket. According to the two gentlemen, they say that it was a gentleman's agreement for them to agree to support one another in this particular race, even as they marshal their efforts to support one presidential candidate under the Azimio One Kenya Alliance, that is none other than Raila Odinga. So that is what we have for you right here from Serena Hotel, where the ODM party leader Raila Odinga just held a meeting with members of the ODM party and agreed that in the Westlands constituency Member of Parliament race, Michael Gumo has stepped down in favor of Honorable Tim Wanyonyi. Now it's up to him now to defend his seat in the August polls in 9th of August, the year 2022. That's all we have for you for now, Jackie Wambiru. It's back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Safina Chingoma, giving us an update from Serena Hotel, where Michael Gumo has agreed to step down in favor of Tim Wanyonyi. Tim Wanyonyi will now defend his seat come August 9th general election. And on that note, we take a short break, and when we come back, more news coming up.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Aha, msikilizaji wa Radio Taifa, karibu tena kwenye kipindi kinajulikana kama Rada ni Yesu. Kila Jumapili kinaletwa kwako na rubani unayempenda anajulikana kama Mr. Rafton Iggy. Ungana nami kila Jumapili kuanzia mida ya saa 12 mpaka saa 1 usiku. Kuna miziki noma sampulia hii.
Najua nitaona mazuri.
Mpenzi msikilizaji, ni kunang ni kukaskush. Kila Jumapili ninakuletea miziki za mavijana. Kama wewe ni kijana na unataka injili kamili, utaipata hapa. Tuonane Jumapili hii.
Sauti ya Mkenya.
Uchaguzi mkuu wa tarehe 9 Agosti utabadilisha pakubwa taswira ya kisiasa ya taifa hili. Je, hii inamaanisha nini kwako wewe mpiga kura? Kila Jumapili saa 12 jioni, jiunge nao Gladys Mungai na Harith Salim kwenye makala yetu ya Kenya ya Amua, ambapo pamoja na wadau mbalimbali watajadili na kudadavua kwa kina michakato ya uchaguzi. Fanya uamuzi wa busara. Usikose kutazama Kenya ya Amua kila Jumapili kwenye runinga uipendayo ya KBC Channel 1.
Welcome back, and now let's proceed. Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has ordered all the principals and primary school head teachers to ensure all candidates are registered in readiness for the national examinations. Magoha says it is important that teachers complement the efforts being put in by the government in ensuring candidates are well prepared for KCP and KCSE examinations.
Kapsabet Boys High School in Nandi, while supervising the Form 1 admission, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha said a lot of investment has been put in to ensure a smooth transition of learners.
We want to leave and hand over to the next government when everything is in order. I think it is proper to do so for our children. Let us emulate the example of Kapsabet Boys High School, where they have confirmed to me that they have registered 100%.
Magoha said all candidates must be registered for examination in time and no student should be turned away for lacking school fees.
Any child that gets to the school should be taken.
Magoha maintained that it is important for learners to join schools they were called to. Magoha lauded the performance of Kapsabet Boys High School in the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, challenging other secondary schools in the country to emulate such sterling performance.
A single mother in the Korogosho informal settlement is calling on well-wishers to assist her raise funds to send her twin boys to high school following their good performance in their primary school national examinations. Adam Hassan Abdullahi and his brother Adam Hussein Abdullahi scored 390 and 350 marks respectively, but the two haven't reported yet due to lack of school fees.
Anna Tache is a mother in distress. The single mother living in Korogosho says she has had a difficult time seeing her twin boys through primary school education.
Nimewalea tu na shida hata shule saa zingine hata sikuwa kwa anapata school fees, naenda naongea na walimu. Mwalimu pia saa zingine ananiachia.
Saa zingine singeenda shule, nguo ilikuwa shida. Saa zingine hadi mwalimu angetulipia school fees ndo tukae shule.
KCPE came despite the challenges they faced. The Korogosho Glory students went on to score 390 and 350 marks respectively, earning them call-ups to Nyeri and Kangema High School. Their mother says she is unable to raise money needed for their fees and personal effects.
School fees yasa nenye ni 67,200. Ujaeka shopping, ujaeka kitu yoyote. Useni hivyo, useni 34 kama ujaeka shopping, ujaeka kitu yoyote. Hakuna income niko nayo. Na mimi ni single mother, hakuna kitu nafanya.
The twins, who are already a week late, hope a well-wisher will come to their aid.
Na venye tu nimeng'ang'ana primary ndaongeza effort nipate A, nikuze career yangu yenye ningependa kwa dream kuwa neurosurgeon. Alafu pia mimi ndasaidiana. Mimi ndo nilikuwa top student kwa shule yetu, lakini mimi ndo sijaenda shule. Nilipata 350 hadi kama mtu anaona si mingi. Wangu mimi mingi juu niliwakia hard nikapata.
They tried a community-based organization in the area, but their applications are just a part of a long list of others who need similar assistance.
It's painful having someone studied for like 8 years, and then when it comes to the time that he or she is supposed to join from one, the parent lags.
Yusufar reporting for Lunchtime News.
The National Disaster Management Authority has distributed some 5,600 bags of animal feeds to farmers in Mandera County to help cushion them against the effects of drought. The drought, which is currently being experienced in the region, has claimed the lives of more than 1,200 livestock.
The animal feeds will sustain the livestock for a period of 2 weeks. The donation in response to the unpredictability of rain patterns that caused the drought in the region. Speaking after flagging off the consignment, National Disaster Management Authority Mandera County Director Hussein Aliyo said the welfare of farmers and their livestock remain paramount.
Tuko na chakula ya livestock feeds inaitwa ambaye Drought Billet NDM ilitupatia 5,600 bags na tulianza kudistribute kutoka Kutulo all the way to Mandera East na ile kutoka ile barabara ngine from Dandu all the way to Takaba.
Lack of enough grazing land has led to reduction in milk production, low animal prices and loss of income for pastoral communities living in the region. Mandera County Commissioner Onesmus Kaitha has assured that the distribution will be done fairly and the most affected area will be given priority, and that the government will continue aiding necessary interventions.
Siku ya leo tunashukuru sana, tumekuja kulonji animal feeds ambaye imetoka kwa serikali 5,600 bags ambaye ni free distribution kwa wale ambao wako na mifugo ile imebaki, ili waweze kuhakikisha kwamba hiyo mifugo yao haiangamii kwa wakati huu. Kwa hivyo yangu ni kushukuru kwa siku ya leo na kuambia hawa ambao ni beneficiaries kwamba waende hii chakula sio ya kuuza. Bila mmesikia, tukipata mtu ana misuse ama kwenda kuipeleka kwa njia nyingine itakuwa ni makosa kubwa sana.
More than 1,200 livestock have died due to the drought in the region. Elvis Otieno, Lunchtime News.
Now, internally displaced persons in Kisii and Nyamira counties are once again petitioning the government to compensate them following the 2007-2008 post-election violence. The IDPs say they are suffering as they never received any form of compensation after their displacement.
A section of internally displaced persons drawn from Kisii and Nyamira counties have raised concerns that they may not receive their rightful state compensation if the upcoming elections are marred with violence. The group claims they never received their share of the compensation because some leaders diverted the money to personal use and to undeserving individuals.
Uathiriwa ulikuwa mwaka 2007-2008 wakati watu tuliathirika kutoka mahali tulikuwa tunaishi. Tangu wakati huo serikali ilikuwa imepeana pesa ili watu wajisaidie na hizo pesa. Hizo government compensation zote ambazo serikali imepeana katika kaunti ya Kisii na Nyamira silifujwa, sikalipwa watu ambao sio wale waliathirika.
The internally displaced persons appealed to political aspirants to avert a repeat of electoral violence witnessed after the 2007-2008 elections.
Ikile watu wanauliza kura ama wa president wakienda wanarushana maneno yasiyofaa. Kama mnaenda kwa mkutano wenu sio vizuri kutaja mwingine, kila mtu wacha ause sera yake vizuri ndio isilete fujo. Tafadhali hii maneno isirudie vile tunaangalia na macho tunaona hii maneno yataweza rudia vile ilikuja 2007 and 2008. Tafadhali wamama ndio wanazaa wanaume.
They narrated the suffering they go through and asked the president to tour the area and come to their aid. For Lunchtime News, I'm Jeritich Kiprano.
And now, in the sports arena, Liverpool fell short for wins after dropping precious points at Anfield for the first time since October in a 1-1 draw with Tottenham. The Reds are in hope that Manchester City will not slip up in the Premier League title race when City face Newcastle United today at Etihad Stadium.
In another match, Manchester United suffered a 4-0 loss to Brighton. Today, Manchester City welcome Newcastle United at Etihad Stadium, while Arsenal take on Leeds.
Can pulling it back for Kukurea.
Now, teenage rising star Carlos Alcaraz shocked the world number one Novak Djokovic in a 3-set thriller to reach the Madrid Open final. The 19-year-old Spaniard followed up his quarter-final win over Rafael Nadal with 6-7, 7-5, 7-6 victory. Alcaraz will face defending champion Alexander Zverev in the final after the German beat Stefanos Tsitsipas. Meanwhile, Tunisia's Oni